Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town and Desert Island. So, last episode we were toying with the idea of having to put a great big train station in here, and I think I'm going to go with that. I think it's going to make sense to have tracks going out to each town as we go. Not quite yet though. I think we still need to do things here. I want to use up all this stone here and get things going, so we've still got some time to sort things out here. I am confused by these workers here because they appear to be only taking out of this mason and not that mason, which is a little weird. I don't know quite what happened there, but and my harvester drills, I don't even know what's going on with them. They keep deciding to go to the complete other side of the ore. I don't know if they get caught somewhere or it's odd, but they definitely aren't the smartest. Put it that way. Yeah, see, he's gone all the way over that side again, which is I just don't get what's going on with them. That one. And you're going to take that one. They just ignore what I tell them to do and go and do their own thing. Now where are you going? Yeah. So they do appear to use the path, even though it doesn't speed them up, whereas carts don't use the path, but it does speed them up, so not quite sure what's happening there, but hey ho. Right, one thing I do want to do is I want to get another wagon, and I want to be taking remedies from here, and I want to sell them down here, but I can't yet because I don't have any. Don't have an apothecary. Let's put one of those in, shall we? Put him up on there. Yeah, there we go. And then you, Mr. Wagon, take remedies and put down here. So we can get some more blue coins. We're doing okay for blue coins, but we could do with a few more. So yeah, things are going okay here for the moment. I think we're doing alright. We need to upgrade the base at some point, but we can't do that because we need mana crystals, and we can't even start mana crystals till we get the research for it. And I want to get advanced logistics first, so we can get some things done. So I'm kind of in a waiting hold at the moment. These are all full because these are full. I suppose we could figure out returning goods from here. Because we've got our 2 drop-offs. We may need more drop-offs, so we'll have to sort of figure that out. But we want some returning goods, which is going to mean probably swapping some things out again here, I think, actually. Yeah, I think if I move you to being there and move you to being there, and we'll sort the houses out at some point. And these barns are going to have to want to go via a station, so we're going to need to change some things up here. Okay. Clear out the floor. And extend the station line down a bit. There we go. Right. So our drop-offs can stay on the main line, that's fine, but our pickups want to be off the main line. And we need to figure out what we're picking up as well. So really, I don't want barns. Well, I do want barns. Because I need barns to actually build things. So if I want to build something that requires iron plates, or I want to build rails, I need barns. I need it stored in barns, not in silos, because if it's in silos you can't use it. So the kind of thing that I want to do is have this split off multiple lines, and have each barn that we're going to put down on its own line, so that we can stop a train and not worry about it messing anything up. So I have to raise up a fair bit of land here. Yeah, I think that's all going to have to be raised up in there. Oh. Look, right. And what we'll do is we'll have the train line come around. Like this. Go back that way. And then we have splits off here, and we have pushers saying, hey, if you're an iron train, go down here, pick up the iron. If you're this train, go down there, pick up that iron. That sort of thing. We could do it this way as well. It doesn't really matter so long as they all get to where they're going. But I also need access to this for people to deliver goods to the station. I'm not sure how to do that. That's the part that confuses me. Because if I was to do, say, something like that, and then put that barn in there, and have a station there, and then a stopper, and then that would work. But I don't know how I'd get my people in unless. Unless I can go underneath and come in and have tracks above. Because that is a possibility. You can have tracks above and have that. Also, you can have a delivery above the ground. I don't really know. I want it to look good. This is the thing. I want it to look good. I want it to be. Need somewhere to cross the tracks. So what I really want here is I need multiple drop-offs. Because I don't want to use just, like I've done there, one barn for 3 goods. That won't really work because I can't. I could put 3 stops on one barn. That is possible, but I'd much rather have one barn per thing. But then I'm not sure I even want a barn for it. Maybe I just want a silo for it and have barns as storage over here. So all of these don't actually store anything. They just take them and send them off. Which will change these to be in silos as well. I don't know. I'm being very indecisive with this because I'm trying to figure out how to make it look good as well. And I'm trying to figure out whether I even can. Let's stop those trains coming for a moment. Let's see here. So wood and stone is for that. What do you need? You just need iron, which is being produced here. Which is fine, but I don't know if I want the machine shops here. This might just literally be a mining town that just produces iron. And then we have another town somewhere, like a production town. So this is iron and coal this would produce. I kind of like that idea. I kind of like the idea of them moving the machine shop. So we'll leave the forges here. And have it just producing iron here. And then move all the machine shops. So we have an area that is just machine shops. Like that's the machine shop town. And this is the iron town. Which also produces coal, but coal, I think coal may come from multiple places, I'm not sure. This would be like central town with all the bits and pieces here. We'd have a lumber up here, we've got paper over here, which is only really being used for our schools at the moment, but that will be used for magic later on, for books. So yeah, that I kind of like. That I kind of like. So you are just producing iron and nails. So you are the forge town. So your only production building is going to be forge and whatever a forge can do, which will also be gold ingots. Which we don't have any gold here, but if we get gold, we might move that somewhere else. That's fine. So you're just producing anything a forge can do. Okay. So if I then move the machine shops over there and then let all the people go, they're going to start running. So workers can run over tracks, but caravans can't? Is that? Yeah. Okay, I didn't know workers could run over tracks. I thought they were... Ah, okay. Okay, right, okay, right. Okay, so we need 2 storage, which is going to be producing nails, and is going to be for the other one. So, right. That means we don't need this here. We can lower this terrain back down. There we go. Awesome. You just got a train track coming across, and I will probably need a way to do that underground, but yeah. So let's see here. So what if we just put a silo there and a silo there, and had, oh dear, oh, see, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, silos do not want to go in the ground. And I can't get that down because of that there. But I do want them on their own lines anyway, don't I? Because we want to have a pickup. Don't we want to have a stop point? So we want to be able to put trains and go, hey, if this is if you don't have 20 in there, if the cart isn't full, wait for the cart to be full and then go. maybe a barn would, but yeah, I think barns are going to make more sense here, just because it's easier for putting things in places. But I want a non-upgraded barn. So you're a non-upgraded one, and you're an upgraded. Okay, so right, okie dokie. That's where we're going. So let's turn that off there. Okay, we'll have to send goods up here as well to be sold to the houses. We're going to have 5 houses per town, or well, yeah, we'll have 5 houses per town. Doesn't really matter. You can fit more than one house in a town, but you carry on. Right. Okay. So that's the new plan. So if we put a barn, say here, and no, because we need the tracks to come off, don't we? Yes, don't be an idiot. Come on, right. So we want the track to come off. We want it to split into 2 because we're picking up 2 goods here. We're going to pick up 3. We're going to pick up 3. We've got coal, we've got nails, and we've got iron. Okay. And the drop-offs can just be on the main line for the food. For instance, we're not fussed about the food. Or whatever goods we're selling here, because they can just drop off onto the main line. And yeah, I think that would probably work. And then we can maybe use some form of logic to say if we need anything. So let's remove this station this side here. So we don't want that. So that's the pretty side, and this is here. So what we'll do is we will come off and split this multiple ways. And have every pickup. Oh, my brain is not working. Wow. How do I want to do this? Because we're going to have like a barn for, or at least a silo. I might have to drop the track onto the ground, or just do this, raise the track up like this on the stone thing here, and have silos right next to it, and then have we will need a train for every bit of food we're sending down there, and then stops for each one of them. That kind of makes it massive. This may not work. Yeah, the main station is probably doable, but the size requirements would be mad. I mean, for instance, right now, what are we selling to people? We are selling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're selling 6 goods, so we'd require 6 separate tracks here. Let me 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, with silos on each one of those, and that's just for that town. And then as soon as we build, we get the next thing that we're selling. So we might start selling medical wraps. That requires another line. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. We could have a stop for each one of the goods that we're picking up and dropping off. So, you know, we have a wood stop, we have an iron stop, a stone stop, that sort of thing. And then we can grab things from those stops and send them right away, but there's no way for us to filter trains to go certain ways. So, if you request wood, how on earth would we get wood to go to you? How would we figure out a train system to go, hey, I need wood, and a train here that's got wood on it would then go along and go, well, who needs wood? Well, you need wood, so let's go that way. Or you need wood over there, let's go that way. How would we do that? I mean, yeah, you could use logic and do it that way. But there are a lot of goods in this game. All of these are goods. Granted, you can't sell them all, so a lot of them won't be needed. But then we will need them because although you can't sell iron plates, you need to bring iron plates back here and then send the iron plates off to another place. So we'd build a station that would have, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then we start getting into rollable stuff and that. So a bit less because obviously there's some of these things wouldn't be, you know, transported around, but we'd have to have a let's say 100. Let's say every one of those goods all the way up to there. And then there's a few on this line as well. But so we're going to say 100 stops. 100 stops. And each one has to have its own separate track. And then the logic required to send trains to the correct places. So they'll come back down to a line and then go, well, what line should I be on? Should I be on this line going that way? Should I be on the next line going that way? The next line going that way? Granted, if we only had 5 or 6 towns, you didn't have 5 or 6 lines. That would... But 100 stops. 100 stops. That's 70, that's 80, that's 90, that's 90 there. The train station would go all the way up to the top of the hill. And that's just one, and I need actually 2. I need 2 per one, so yeah. I mean, I'd love to build that. I'd love to build 100 stop. Train station. That sounds like a lovely challenge for another game. Just get a very, very flat terrain and try and figure out the logistics to deliver 100 lots of goods to everywhere where you're going. So you build a system so that when somewhere just goes, I need wood, it will get wood eventually. You'd have to filter it so that, you know, it goes, I need wood, a train is on the way with wood, don't send me any more trains. So you'd have to filter it so that when, you know, if this was the track going off to that town there and they wanted wood, then you had another track going that way to another town over there and they wanted wood. When a train passes this point here, you'd have to turn off the pusher so that you know a train is on the track going that way. But you'd have to figure it out for each goods. Let's go. I need wood. Train's on its way with wood. But then I don't want to send another train with wood that way. That's done. But it might need stone as well, so a train with stone does have to come this way. So you'd have to filter out going like, hey, an inventory sensor, if this train is wood and a train with wood didn't already go, then go. But if it's wood and a train with wood did go, then go. But if it's stone and a train with wood has gone, that's not stone. So you can go and, oh my days, that's an interesting project to build. I think what I'm going to do with this one instead, I was gonna say sort of stopping the train thing and doing it with carts instead. With just having wagons or caravans, just build a road and just have the caravans go way down there and drop off whatever's needed and come back again. Yeah, because the only way that sort of system would work with the trains going on there, sorry I'm rambling again, but would be if you had a central building system. So literally everything that's used was here or was very nearby, and that would work. If you then went and decided to build a machine town over there, and that went, hey, I need iron and I need wood and I need this and I need the other, that's, yeah. The only other way to do that would be to do crisscross tracks, to go, hey, this has got iron here, and then when we build someone that needs iron, you build a train track from here to that place, and then if somewhere over there needs iron, you build a train track from here to that place. You'd have tracks cross over anywhere. I don't think that would look very good for this build. Wow. Yeah, I did not realise the undertaking when I said about a Grand Central Station. I did not realise the undertaking of that. That's a lot. That's an awful lot. You could make the station smaller by having smaller tracks, but you'd definitely have to have all the trains come out and go to the right places and so many different filters and so many different things, and that would be extremely confusing. Yes, it would. So maybe we're going to have to make the towns do a bit more than just the little things that I thought. Like for here, maybe you will have to do everything like you were doing that does involve iron. Because this is where the iron is, so you will be the iron. Everything that involves making iron is done and put into barns. Like we're doing, basically. And then we'll just send wood and stone out to you, and we keep the delivery system minimal, because otherwise it's going to get very, very confusing very, very quickly. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go, is to just go back to kind of how we had it, with a machine shop. Or two producing things, and then we have a couple of barns just storing stuff, because until we need gears and iron wheels in places or nails, there's no point in taking them anywhere, because we don't need them anywhere. We are sending wood down here, so we could also have you do the whole listing here, because you're making wooden nails, so that might as well come back. And anything sort of iron related would end up here. Okay, and we do want to send those back because we want to sell them to people, and we want to sell them here, so that would require a stop. Right. Well, off you go. Right. Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna revert this back to how it kind of was, and and do drop-offs, and then drop-offs here, and then pickups up here, and then have, well, so right now we've got one pickup, haven't we? So let's just do like the main line as this. Then we're going to have one coming off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then goes back on. Like so. There we go. And then that barn will sit in there. And then we will build a barrier gate there, a rail stop here, and that will end up going, once you've got 20, then train can go and carry on. And then our next goods we could just do further down the line. So we'd have a pusher here, and you would be filtered to reinforced plank. Awesome. And then we'd get a cart, which would then also be filtered to reinforced plank. Oh. Okay. There we go. And then you'd pick up the reinforced planks. And then you can't do anything right now because you're kind of stuck, which is fine. That's yeah. And then for the next lot of goods, we'd go up here and have another. Obviously, I don't know what else we're going to pick up. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we'd go elsewhere and do things. So okie dokie. That's the plan. That's the plan. So everything iron related is going to be here. Coal. Coal is going to be required on the system. We don't need it yet because we're using this coal here. But coal is definitely going to be required. It's going to be needed in multiple places. So that will come back and probably end up here as a central sort of system. So yeah. I can put you back on there, and that's fine. And the pickups, well, actually no, I kind of want that to be split off, but we'll split that later. We'll split that later. So yeah, okay. And then the workshop. I will move these around and change up where things are going, but right now, yeah, okay. So we want 3 workers, 4 workers. So we want you, you wood to there, you iron to there. That barn might as well come back to like there somewhere, for instance. You nails to there, and then you reinforced planks to there. Okay. I really need to get them off the tracks, but we'll do that when we move things around. So, okay, so that's going to have to be the way it goes. It's going to have to be, the towns are going to be bigger. Yeah, this is the iron town. Anything that involves iron making of any description. So when we unlock some new things for the machine shops, we might do another thing. And I'm going to try and only have, I mean, I've got 2 here, but that's, gears and iron wheels aren't particularly used that much. They will be, but yeah, that's yeah. But rather than putting multiple things in there, I will have different things on there. So we've got metal conveyor belts, that's another thing we need to make. Steam pipes is one we need to make. So all this, everything in here we've made in this town here. Anything in the workshop that requires iron. So reinforced plank, shoe, wood axe, pickaxe. Well, the wood axe and the pickaxe, excuse me, that'll definitely be made here. Shoes are a maybe because they need leather. So we'll see. And the pickaxe makes sense because the mine's here. So yeah, so that'll work like that. And then like anything that requires cloth, we'll end up having either a sheep farm or a cotton farm. It seems like cotton, herb and things are only found in the first tile. Nothing is found out in the world. It's a desert, so that probably makes sense. But we'll put down, like over here maybe, we'll put down a couple of pens. And this will be wool. We'll just purely do wool in one place. and maybe have some cotton to augment it to make cloth, and anything that requires cloth, will be made here. That'll be the idea. So the main cloth stuff will be made here. So that means that our conveyor belts and shirts and stuff like that will all go over there, and then the final products will end up back on the railway system. And those products are just the things that are being sold to the markets, or goods that are required in places. So I don't think there's anything, well, like cloth conveyor belts and metal conveyor belts are a thing. So wherever we're making cloth conveyor belts, they will have to go onto the track and just drive all the way through to here and come back again. So yeah, that'll work. I think that'll work. Might still have multiple lines going places for the trains. Like this just goes to here, and then we have another train track that goes along and goes to a town over there, and the train track goes over there. Have the option to have them close enough so that, like for instance, the cloth conveyor belts, when they come back, can jump tracks and go onto the other line and then come back again. But generally all the other trains would just be on a little loop going backwards and forwards to their place. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. And here we will just produce wood. We'll produce wooden planks, and the planks can go off to wherever because they're needed in multiple places. Paper will be used wherever. So like that, like that. And then when we open up something new, like the farms would have a farm in place somewhere else, going and doing things there. Manor will be a completely other area. But yeah, and I will, next episode we will tidy this up and make this look better. So it's like got a couple of houses on the streets and forges, and right now everyone's congregate in the centre and there's no one out doing things over here. So I might change it up so that we like have a forge, a house, you know, so that they're all there, and then a machine shop. So on a big long street. So yeah, but yeah, so the central station is a great idea, and I'd love to give that a try. Not in this playthrough. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, as always, have fun.